When you see the potential danger coming your way, what do? Do you A, walk away from it, B, walk towards it, C, wait and see what happens, or D, phone a friend? I should hope you do not answer the phone. Welcome to Bible Tube, your daily bread to chew on for the week. And for today's topic, we're going to talk about... Now, the option I honestly would have picked would have been E, all the above. I'm that guy that's been guilty of all these things. And that is why you see the person you have here today right in front of your smartphone right now. James chapter 4 verse 1 reads, "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Do they not come from the desires that battle within you? You desire, but you do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. And when you ask, you do not receive because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures." Now you see, God implanted in us this thing called desires. Whether good or bad, we have it. And for us as human beings, we go above and beyond to achieve that desire at all costs. What if your dreams and desires never came true? What if you tried everything and they still didn't come to fruition? Well, that just simply means that it wasn't meant to be. Or you would go through some great and dire lengths to make that a reality. You want to get rich, you're going to have to work really hard, maybe even step on a few toes to get there. You want to be married, you're going to have to basically put yourself out there no matter how self-conscious you are and see what happens. You want to become a Ninja Turtle, well, you're going to have to go through some cosmetics, live in a store for the rest of your lives, and live off food stamps getting pizzas, because there's no way you're going to make any amount of money crime fighting. And you're going to have to look for the biggest rat you can possibly find to take as a father figure. New York has a lot of them. Now, when you're caught up in a scenario where you feel like there's no hope, there's no change, that there's no chance to prevent you from falling in victim to the same exact sin over and over and over and over again, God provides a way out. Hence, options A and D. Phone a friend and completely remove yourself from the potential danger at all costs. It doesn't take Satan much to get to you. Observe the threat and know the threat. The big question is, do you even consider it a threat? Which could lead us to sin. Now, why are we so prone to sin? It's like catnip. Why do we look at it as a desirable thing like Eve looking at the fruit in the garden? Because we want to be in control or have a sense of control. And God only allows us to have full range of control when we stop listening to Him. Because even He doesn't want us to live a lie. And if we are not for Him, He will allow us to wander like a lost sheep in hopes that one day we too will return back home to Him. Now in James 4 verse 6, it says, "God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. Submit yourself then to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Come near to God, and he will come near to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Grieve, mourn, wail. Change your laughter into mourning, and your joy to gloom. Humble yourself before the Lord, and He will lift you up." 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13 says, "So if you think you're standing firm, be careful that you do not fall. No temptation that has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." So God provides a way out. The only question is, are you going to use that way out or continue to ignore it? Good, bad, terrible, unspeakable things can happen to you, but will your eyes be focused on Jesus? You can give into temptation or sound the alarm before it even happens. Very few flee from the temptations because it's too good and it brings a state of familiarity. Too much of something rarely leads to anything good. And too much of a bad thing always leads to self-sabotage. Now, you're never going to be perfect. Don't make that mistake. But if you really want something so badly, you're willing to fight for it and invest. Claiming to be without sin is about as believable as baptizing a cat. Jesus ensures that you will have trouble in this world, But even Jesus says, take heart, because he overcame the world, and so can you. So, here are some practicals. Step 1, accountability. Be open and be real, confess with where you're really at with your relationship with God. And it's always best to have someone that's going to tell you what you need to hear, rather than someone that's going to tell you what you'll want to hear. That's not really a friend. Plus, it's better to have someone who is trying to better themselves as well. An example of staying on the straight and narrow. Step 2, firewalls and roadblock. Protection is the key. The Bible calls us to guard our hearts, our minds, and to think of heavenly things. But everyone has a bad day sometimes, and sometimes you're going to need that extra protection. So when it gets tough, put on the full armor of God, of course. Most of the battles against sin is a battle within the mind, so change your thinking. Don't put yourself in a position where you can stumble and fall. God provides a way out. And finally, step 3, prayer. The most essential part of your arsenal that surpasses all else. When all else fails, get on your knees and start praying like there's no tomorrow. Because there may not be no tomorrow. And singing up is the last thing you want to do before you bite the dust and meet your maker, or devastator, whichever you prefer. Close out with a scripture we're going to read in Ephesians 6 verse 10. It says, finally be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the ruler, against the authorities, and against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realm. So start believing in the power of friendships, get ready to set up some barricades and put your hands together and start praying to your heavenly daddy, because it's going to be a bumpy ride for the next, however long you're going to be living. But that's all for me today. I'm Mr. Lewis and this has been BibleTube. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe for more context, and remember, let's stay biblical.